Mithais are everyone's favorite sweet and savory snack that makes festivals such as Diwali even more special. This sugar-coated sweetmeat tastes delicious by itself, but are often put alongside other sweets like pera and gulab jamun, just to name a few. For persons who won't be going out to their friends and families because of the pandemic, we're making it easy for you by sharing the recipe so that you won't miss out on enjoying mouth-watering mithais. As delicious as they look, there's a lot of work that goes into making them. So let's go back to the beginning. A little bit further. Keep going. Let's begin. To make mithais, we need to make the dough and the pag or the sugar syrup, which will coat the fried mithais. First, let's focus on the dough. You'll need 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of butter, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 cup of custard powder, 1 cup of freshly grated coconut, 3 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of freshly grated ginger, 3 tablespoons of freshly grated nutmeg, 3/4 cups of condensed milk, and evaporated milk for kneading the dough. Just a note, everyone makes their mithais different, so some of these ingredients may not be used at all, or additional ingredients can be included like anise seeds, coconut milk, or even brown sugar. Step 1. Add all of the dry ingredients into the bowl. We'll add the flour, baking powder, custard powder, cinnamon, the nutmeg, the ginger, we'll now mix these ingredients together. Step 2. We add the butter, a little at a time and incorporating it into the mixture, using our hands that is. We'll add the butter until all 3/4 cups is used up. Step 3. Add the grated coconuts and we'll mix thoroughly. Step 4. We add the condensed milk and mix. The condensed milk is used as a sweetener in this step as opposed to sugar. Step 5. We'll now add the evaporated milk as required to knead the dough. Once kneaded, we'll divide into smaller portions by rolling. And step 6 would be to allow the dough to rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Step 7. Roll the dough out with a rolling pin or what we call a belna. And cut horizontal or vertical strips. Then we'll cut the strips into smaller shapes like triangles. Step 8. We'll light the stove and heat the oil up for frying. Step 9. You've guessed it. We'll fry the mithais until golden brown. Then take them out and allow them to cool down. The next thing for us to do now is to make the syrup or pak. Step 10. Using a small pot, add 1.5 cups of water, 2 cups of brown sugar, a few cloves, a couple pieces of spice sticks, and about 2 teaspoons of mixed essence. The syrup will be left to thicken, but during the process we'll remove the spice and the cloves after about 15 minutes of boiling. The tricky part is getting the syrup thick enough to pour onto the mithai so that it would crystallize and coat the mithai perfectly. If it isn't thick enough, the mithais won't be coated with a nice sugary layer. Instead, it would remain sticky. Once the syrup reaches the right consistency, we pour it onto the mithai and mix quickly before it crystallizes. Be careful not to burn yourself, and it would be recommended for someone to assist you during this step. Once this is done, we have mithais that are ready to be eaten once they cool down, that is. The perfect Diwali treat. Have fun making these for the family, and if you do, don't forget to let us know how they came out. Happy cooking!